Okay, so this is kind of unplanned live stream. I don't know if anybody's going to appear for this or not, but I wasn't able to break out all of my camera equipment, so we're doing this on my iPad. So here's the thing. I had fully intended to have a bunch of videos up and ready to go, and um, let me rewind. Um, Saturday, I'm leaving for West Virginia, and I'm going to be gone for about a week. And since I'm going to be gone that long, uh, normally I won't be able to, I won't be in my house. I won't be able to record or anything like that. So the problem that we're going to end up having is looks like we got some people popping on. I got Magic 51 and Wyatt. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Thanks for popping in. So here's the thing: is that I am going to be gone for about a week, and that means that I'm not going to be able to do our stream tomorrow. That sucks. So I'm doing a little bit of a stream tonight, just kind of hang out and meet with you guys. People that don't catch the stream are going to be really confused about why there's no stream tomorrow. And then also, there's going to be. Yeah, Wyatt, what's up? Yeah, yo, what's up, Wyatt C. So we're not gonna have the ability to do the live stream tomorrow, which sucks because I'm gonna be getting ready to get on an airplane early in the next morning, and I won't be able to set up and do that stream. And then I was trying to get a video together. If you guys follow me on the community page, you know that I was working on trying to create some kind of spooky magic trick to share with you guys. And I ran out of time. So much stuff going on here, both with well, I've been doing a couple of shows, but mostly I've been just trying to chase after getting some shows because you know it's I'm not working very much right now. Maybe you guys know that, maybe you don't, but the pandemic's kind of killed any hope for real business right now. So I've been kind of just hustling a whole bunch. I've been working on a lot of different things, some commercials and some different marketing material to try to get my Zoom magic shows off the ground, so that way people will pick up those, and maybe I can, eke out some kind of living in the meantime. It's been really tough. So, of course, I won't get political, but if you're not following what's happening right now, there's a lot of stuff that's making it hard for counting on any kind of help for the near future. So, not doing my regular live stream like I would normally do tomorrow, and I'm going to miss this Thursday's upload as well. So, a whole bunch of garbage. It sucks. I'm not real thrilled about it. I wish it wasn't so, but I am going to be missing. Again, I don't know what day that is. Is whatever next Thursday's live stream is, or video upload, and then tomorrow's live stream. Just not going to be able to do it. Don't have the time, which sucks. Kind of painted myself into a corner. So I'm hanging out with you guys tonight. Hopefully everybody's having a really good night. I didn't realize that I could do filters on this thing, which is dang cool. Whoa, look at this stuff. Whoa, that's a creepy one. Let's do a Halloween one like this. Cool. All right, I'll keep it to the same thing. But, no, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. How do I get rid of that? Okay. I want to see the live chat options here. So if you guys are here, say hello. We got Riley's here, Wyatt's here, Magic Tricks 51s is here. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. This is not who I usually get to see on Fridays either. So that's really cool to see you guys on tonight. Let's Roast Chicken's here. What's up, Roast Chicken? What's up? So okay, we'll kind of go through, since this is kind of the make good. We'll do next Thursday's video and the live stream tonight. So we'll just kind of do a make good. The thing I wanted to show you guys and teach you about, if you don't know, I debated a long time about going back and forth about what I was going to do for the spook tutorial, because I thought, well, heck, something scary or gory would be, preferable. And I thought about everything from like the needle swallowing trick, Harry Houdini's famous, needles on thread trick. I thought about doing a needle and arm. I thought about all kinds of different stuff. And I was concerned about sharing that kind of stuff because there's a large age range that follows my channel, and I didn't want to have this video pop up for some young impressionable kid who isn't taking the proper precautions and ends up hurting themselves or something. So I was really concerned about that. And so what I was going to teach was I was going to teach, I think it's Don Allen's, or is it? Oh, is it? Yeah, I think it's Don Allen. The pack that cuts itself. And it was it had to do with invisible thread, right? You would show this. I was just gonna go into a whole invisible thread thing, but we're doing it like this. It's kind of off the cuff. Not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to show you guys something else. The automatic cut it, or the automatic deck, right? I think is what they call this. And we'll just kind of come down here and forgive the state of disarray. We are packing and getting ready to leave. So I'll show you this. This is just, it's kind of spooky, but you kind of, will the cards to cut themselves, and you go, all right, go ahead. Let's see if we can get them to. The cards cut themselves like that. Now that's just that's a cute little thing. I wanted to show. Because I don't want to just kind of rush the invisible thread stuff, because I think we should really go into that. That's a very big topic, and I think we should give it the space it deserves to talk about it properly. I could say, hey, woolly nylon, beeswax, and then be done with it, but I think that we need to talk about it in more detail, and I don't want to skip over. So I'm going to show you this. This is a cute little thing. It's not really what I was wanting to do. Egg on my face. Maybe I'll be able to do it the following week. That might be the kind of where we fix that. So we got Brian is here. Hey, Brian. What's going on, man? Hey, Corey. I love you too, man. I love you too. Eric's here. Roast chicken. Oh, man, Corey, I missed you, bud. I'm hoping to come see you guys real soon. If you guys don't know, Corey Cranfill is the right-hand man and the can do everything, no problem, you name it, I got it, it's covered guy for Brian Brushwood. He's a really solid guy, really wonderful guy, and I haven't seen him in a very long time, since the last time I was down to do a Scam Nation episode. So hey honey, I'm doing a live stream. I'm not gonna be able to do it tomorrow. So my wife's over here. Everybody, look, a cameo visit. Look, come back. she doesn't want to be here. Yeah. No. Anyway, Corey's a great guy, and somebody who I miss a lot. So I'm hoping that after this pandemic craziness, I can take another trip down to Austin, and we can do some more magic, magic episodes. So that'd be really cool. Some Scam Nation. Always a blast. So yeah. Also, I tried to reach out to Brian. I know he's got probably a lot going on. He's, if you guys don't know, Brian got the Rona, and was having to be, was sick for a while in quarantine and everything. And I guess he's doing better now, which is really good news. But I was trying to call him right in the middle of that. Right, I think I called him the day before that news came out or something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's got a lot going on. He can't talk to me right now." But please pass along my love to the rest of the team and the family. I bet he is. I bet he's stupid busy. And then producing YouTube content is really tough when you have a team and you're trying to make sure everybody's safe and everything. So I can't even imagine. But anyway, please pass along my hellos and my love to everybody there. Bryce and John and the invisible wife, the whole team. And I keep losing you guys' comments here. Wyatt says, "I'm glad you're streaming quarantine from school today because someone sat close to me got tested positive. Ugh, that made my day." And did you say you were going to West Virginia? Yeah, I am. Okay, so yeah, Riley, I see your comment there too, and I want to talk about that too. That sucks though. That sucks. That's one of the reasons it's been really scary for me to go out and perform live shows, is because My wife actually works like a normal, regular job. And even though, we're all young and healthy and in a very low risk, um, demographic or whatever, it's still no joke. There are people still getting, really, really sick from this. And so we're trying not to play with fire too much. And then if I come home sick, then Chelsea, my wife, has to take time off work. She's got to stay home, and that's not good, And then we have a baby, and I don't, So there's all kinds of stuff that goes along with that. So it's been very difficult to try to figure out how I'm going to do, live events if I have to do them before we get some kind of that we kill this, disease or whatever. But that being said, I have done a couple of in-person live shows, but they've been either where I'm on a stage and the audience is down and far away and they're separated, or it's family and friends that have all done all that stuff beforehand, and I don't do any direct interaction with anybody. Or it's been Zoom shows, and the Zoom shows have been okay. Initially, I had a pretty negative opinion of them, and that's before I realized all the possibilities and the freeing nature of being able to do Zoom shows. They're actually really great if you can do them the right way, and there is a right way to do them. And if you guys want me to talk about that, I'd be happy to. But yeah, initially I had poo-pooed the idea of doing Zoom shows. I didn't think that they were going to be any good. I was wrong. And now I've got to try to book more. So I'm having to learn how to market this without, doing the normal channels. So it's been a little bit of a challenge. We also had a comment from Riley, who said, "That's awesome. I actually discovered you from Scam School." Well, cool. That's awesome. That was the hope. Brian. I've known Brian for several years now. Almost, I think like 5 years now, 5 or 6 years. I met him through our mutual friend Diamond Jim Tyler. He's a magician here spitting distance from where I live. And if you guys watch Scam Nation, you know who Diamond Jim Tyler is. Diamond Jim and I met like back in 2008 or something. He used to have a magic shop and sold the magic shop to new owners, and then I worked for the new owners at that magic shop. And at a TAOM convention, I was went with the new owners, and they introduced me to Diamond Jim. And cool guy, became really close friends, and now we work together a lot and share gigs and all that kind of stuff. Not so much lately, but yeah, great guy. And then Jim was going down to going to shoot an episode or something, or a couple episodes with Brian, and he said, "Hey, you want to come along?" And this is before I had kids or anything. I was like, "Sure, yeah, okay, that sounds fun. Let's go do it." So I did that. I shot one episode. I did what did I teach? Because I was on Scam Nation actually before you guys probably saw my most recent episodes, but I did one back where I did I did the one ahead principle. I did a mentalism one ahead thing. And then, after that, I came back home and didn't talk to him for very much for a couple of years. It was just kind of on and off. Would say hello every once in a while to him. And then I called him whenever I had the idea to come back to YouTube, and I said, "Hey, Brian, I think I want to come back to YouTube, man. What do you think? Do you have any suggestions or any ideas on how I start?" And he's like, "Why don't you come down to Austin and we could shoot some videos together, and we could point everybody to your channel, and you can kind of get like a little boost started to get people to hear about you." And I was like, "Well, heck yeah, man! If you're willing to do that, that's amazing." So I was able to do that, and that was wonderful. And then I've been back twice now, and then I'm hoping to plan a third time sometime soon. Try to do some kind of like remote stuff, but it doesn't really work that well. So we're having to do whatever we can until then. But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the stuff. I wanted to ask you, since I got such a brain trust here right now, I've been working with some new types of content stuff. I've been doing a lot more like reaction videos, which I'm sure you guys noticed. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I think there's a lot of really cool, interesting magic that happens in popular media that I basically completely skipped over. Anything that happens on AGT, BGT, Penn and Teller, whatever, the whole David Blaine Ascension thing. And there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens, and I'm trying to grow the channel and find more people that I can bring into the fold. and I have to do things that have a broader appeal. If I'm doing just nothing but tutorials, um, I'm not grabbing as large of an audience as that I could. And my goal really is right now to grow this channel because I want to make this my job. I want to make it my job. And I mean, what better time to have a at home job where you just do all of your content creation, all of your work at home? This would be the perfect time. The challenge is I'm not quite big enough yet. I have some very wonderful, dedicated patrons who have been with me for a very long time and have helped out with supporting this channel and the work that I do here, and I love them to death. And they have, well, at the beginning of the pandemic too, a lot of them just kind of came in and just helped out, sent me money to help out with, my family and I, which I'm deeply humbled by, and I haven't forgotten. But they've been really wonderful, and they've continued to help support this channel and help me grow it. And but I got to grow it more. So if I hope to make this a job, I've got to do some stuff where I'm creating enough value for everybody who wants to join, to make people want to join Patreon more. So working on some of that stuff, stuff that's in my head, stream of consciousness stuff, but working on it, working really hard, and I hope I can make this my job someday. But let's see. Do you guys, since we're all here, if you guys have any questions for me, anything you want to have me talk about or cover, this is the time to do it. So I would love to field questions from you guys if you have anything specific about the channel or about magic, about theory or business of it, or what the climate is like right now in the entertainment industry. Excuse me. Burpy burps. But I'd love to talk to you more about it. And while we're doing that, why don't you come with me? This is a luxury that I don't normally have. I hope I don't make you guys seasick here. But I am going to grab myself a soda. Hey. Ah, the kitchen. I drank half a soda and left the other half in the fridge, and I want it now. So we don't normally get this kind of luxury whenever we're live streaming because I'm usually stuck to my desk, but on the iPad, it doesn't matter. Let's see what you got. I guess it looks like I had some comments or something. I want to make sure I'm seeing what everybody says. What's the bad news? Is tomorrow magic or more video games? Lane does not like the video games. In fact, I don't think Gildus likes the video games either. If you guys don't know what that's referring to, last Friday I did a live stream where I played Among Us. I don't know. I don't know if it is. No, you're fine. I just don't know if it is. Hey, you guys want to see my wife real quick? No. I'm being a putz. I'm sorry. I noticed that the views go up every time my wife comes in the room. Like more people join, so nobody wants to see me. They want to see my hot wife. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about the video games. So I live streamed Among Us for a live stream. So here's the thing, guys, is that there are multiple parts of my personality. I love magic, and I that's why I started this channel. This is what this channel is about magic. It's about a professional magician's outlook on performance, on the business of magic, about magic tricks that are coming out on the market, about magic performance that you see on television, and what I think about that. It's how do we learn and grow? How do we approach different situations, things that happen in a magic show? That stuff's happening. That could be any form. That could be stage magic. That could be walk around, anything. If you name it, I've probably done it. I've been in every scenario imaginable because I've been doing this 12 years now this year. That's a long time. That's a long time to be in a career. And I've seen some stuff. I've seen people. Well, I don't want to get macabre about this, but I've had on two separate occasions I've had people either come close to death or die at magic shows. That's just to give you some idea of the kinds of things that can actually happen whenever you're out performing all the time. and it's messed up. So I thought, I had something to talk about. I had something to teach, and I could share, my knowledge and experience. And I thought that, heck, if I knew somebody who could shave years off of my learning time and be a friend and a confidant to me whenever I was starting, I would have loved that. So that's kind of what I aim to do on this channel, is to be different than, you know, um, just about anything else you can find out there. But, uh, I like video games, and Fridays were always about like building community. It was always a live stream, and it wasn't to talk necessarily about Magic or anything. It was just to hang out with the community, be able to talk in real time, and that's what that was. And so I thought, a video game would be fun because it was something that I know a lot of my audience is in the demographic who plays video games and plays the same games I do. So why not get together and fool around and have fun? Because that's what that's what Fridays were for. So Friday fun days. So not everybody likes it, but I don't know if I'll keep doing it or not. Maybe I'll start a separate channel if people are into the gaming thing. Maybe I'll start a gaming channel or something and do that. But Wyatt says, can you do a tutorial on the card spring? Sure, absolutely I can. And then Riley says, what do you think is the best way to practice a new trick or sleight, and how do you know when it's ready to show people? Also, I'm totally on board to play video games. Yeah, see, I'm kind of splitting my audience here, because some people really love the video game idea, some people don't. Ultimately, this channel is a reflection of me, and sometimes that means that non-Magic things are going to creep in. I don't know. I haven't... It seemed like video games were actually pretty popular. There were a couple of dissenters, but a lot of people really seem to enjoy that, and I had a great time hanging out with everybody, so I think I might maybe do some more of that. I have a PlayStation 4 that I figured out how to stream the game on YouTube, with my current setup and the technology I already have. So maybe I'll start a Discord and we can all get on there and chat and hang out, and that'll be something we do on Fridays. Also, we're all stuck in the house. I need friends. I need things to do and to talk about besides Magic too. I don't know. Well, Wyatt, yeah, we can do a thing on the tutorial. I'll do. You know what? Heck, we can go over we'll go over the card spring in the live stream if you want. That way we can do that. And so Riley asks, what's the best way to practice a new trick or sleight? And how do you know it's ready to show people? Well, that depends. Is it ornamental? Because if it's like, well, no, you didn't say flourish. You said sleight. The best thing you can do, the old wisdom was to watch yourself in front of a mirror, right? That's the old wisdom. Look in front of a mirror, watch yourself. They used to have practice screens at a desk. You'd have your close-up pad on the table, and then you'd have like a three-sided mirror. The two angles on the side and the one in the middle, and you would put that up, and you would do all of your card stuff, and you would watch every angle and every mirror and practice that way. That's not the best way anymore, guys. It's not. Because that was the only way we had. That's the only option we had available to us. But here's the thing: if you have a guilty moment, people are hardwired. Most people, unless you're a sociopath, are hardwired to be honest. And so, whenever you take on a job like Magic, and you are lying to people, even if it's for entertainment reasons, you're still lying to people, either with your words or with your body language. That's really tough, and it's really hard on the psyche to kind of be able to split that and to practice something different. And whenever you practice in front of a mirror, you blink, or the audience blinks, your imaginary audience that you're pretending to be whenever you're watching your own hands. It blinks at the same time you do. And if you were like doing a guilty move or something, you feel bad about a move, you might just kind of squint or close your eyes or miss a thing that you've done a million times in a row because it feels natural and you've bred in a bad habit. And so if you can film yourself, which just about everybody on the planet has a smartphone now with a halfway decent camera in it, the best way to do it now is to record yourself with your smartphone. That's perfectly acceptable. You can even do the front facing and, watch on the screen as you're doing that so you know you're in frame and all that kind of stuff. But just prop up your phone and do some stuff and then go back and watch it with a critical eye, and you will see that you've missed a lot. I used to think my pass was perfect, and it wasn't. So, if I'm doing a card pass, here's my, just prove I'm doing it. Let's say the 4 diamonds there, okay? So I used to think my card pass was excellent. But the problem was, and I think it's fair to decent now, but you can still see a little flash there, and that's what Michael Amar hates about the card passes. But that's why I do a riffle pass, because then that motion is covered, or dribble pass rather, not a riffle pass, but a dribble pass, because now the motion is completely hidden by this. But that's not how I used to do that. Whenever I was watching myself in a mirror, the way I used to perform this is I would go, okay, let's do the Ace of Hearts. I would do it this way. That's over dramatized for sake of argument or for my point here, but it was only after I started filming myself, and I was lucky enough to have an old VHS recorder or VHS tape recorder that I could use. It was my grandpa's that he ended up giving to my dad, but watching myself perform it on the video taught me a lot about how to do it invisibly. So just going back through with a critical eye helped me improve that a lot. So the best way to do it is to record yourself, watch it with a critical eye. If you can see it, other people can definitely see it. Now, you do have to make that separation between, what is a magic eye going to see, what is it somebody who's informed and knows what's going on sees, and what an audience sees. And the way to kind of tell that apart is, if you watch yourself and you know when you're doing the move, but you don't actually see yourself doing the move, then you got it. But if you're like plain as day seeing, if it looks bad, then everybody else can see that too. And there's ways to get around that if you're still learning and you don't have you haven't got the practice in, because some of that stuff takes a long time to learn. What you can do is this will teach you how to misdirect people, because all you need, for instance, for a pass, because it's one of the things that a lot of people struggle with when they're starting out, for one of those fast moves that nobody's supposed to see. Something you can do is you can make a joke. You'd be like, well, I didn't know if you were gonna, and I've already done it, right? You need just a half a second of an offbeat. The move doesn't take very long to do. You go and look, the card, you could do it like this, right? 2 of spades. Look, the 2 of spades goes into the center and then jumps up to the top of the... Well, that would have been pretty cool, though, right? I mean, that would have been really sweet if I would have been able to do that. But let's really try. Let's and then do it that way. Now you have an offbeat moment where you can kind of joke, move forward, come back, and now you're in a relaxed position, and then you can get away with the move when people's attention has relaxed. Yes, dear.
Is my book in here?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not your...
I wasn't prepared for you to live stream.
Yeah, it's in here. Come, show everybody your cute face.
I got my own thing going on.
I gotta show off my hot wife to everybody. Sorry, everybody. My wife's in a book club and left her book in here. But anyway, I hope that answers your question. We'll go, and don't worry, I didn't forget about the spring. I want to show you guys the card spring. Looks like people are. Tony says, "Hey, Tony." They were talking about months ago in the pandemic canvas, but what happens with the Restaurant Magic series? Is that backburner because of the pandemic, or is there enough interest? I think there is enough interest, and I think that this is actually a really good time to do it. It's one of many projects that I'm working on. Thank you for the question, by the way, Tony. I appreciate that. Yes. No, it's on the back burner right now, but it's not very far on the back burner. It's on the side burner. Get a poofy thing. It's on a side burner. And the reason is that, the lecture is ready to give. I could just do it right now. The way I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on giving it through Facebook groups, because that way, I can charge what I need to charge for the lecture, and everybody who comes into the lecture can, pay their small amount or whatever, and be able to watch the lecture in its entirety in real time. So that was the first part, was trying to figure out how to do this, because Zoom was not a very good answer actually for that kind of program, because it would be too convoluted with, well, here's the Zoom link, but you can only get the Zoom link if you pay your admittance fee through Venmo, but I'll have to check Venmo, and I'm a one-man operation, so like to bounce back and forth to make sure that people have paid and that I can then send them a link and then manage all these email addresses. It was a big mess, and it was just not a very good way to manage that and have a good experience for the people that were coming. So Facebook came out with the Facebook meeting groups thing, where you can admit people into the group, and then for a fee or whatever, they could pay at the entrance, and then you can do your stream, and then it's like we're all face to face, kind of like a Zoom meeting, that little grid of people or whatever. So that's a much better option. So I've got that infrastructure set up. And the other thing I'm trying to do is I want to make sure I have lecture notes for everybody. So that's really been the big bugaboo here, is that I've been working very hard on creating lecture notes. And it's a lot. I'm writing a small book, and it's a huge undertaking, and so that's what's been taking me so long right now, is doing that. There was enough interest in it, and I think restaurant magic is something that everybody should learn about, because this is, restaurants they're starting to open back up, but this is the thing, is that they've been shut for months. People have gotten used to the idea of eating at home and cooking their own meals and everything. And now restaurants who have been suffering through all this stuff all this time, this whole pandemic, they're looking for ways to bring people back in. And how are they going to do that? Well, if you can eat food at home and you don't need a restaurant for that, what do you need a restaurant for? Well, maybe dinner and a show. What if, well, this place has a magician, we're going to go to that place. That's cool. We can't get that at home. So, excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that, and I appreciate the question a lot. Thank you for asking. I am still working on it. I'm glad to see that you've remembered and that you're asking about it now. It means that there is still enough interest. Yeah, it's going to happen. I don't know the timeline for that. I'm working very hard on it though. Oh, Wyatt's going to grab his cards. Right on. Okay. My Twitch philosophy is throw things at the wall and see what sticks. Yeah, that's been kind of my philosophy. I have to do it a little bit more slow and methodically, Riley, because I don't want to do just something so radical that it alienates all of my audience who've helped me get to where I am at the moment. But I do think it's important to change, grow, and evolve, and experiment with new types of content, which is what I've been doing with the all these reaction videos and everything. You guys remember I used to have something called trailer breakdowns, where it was basically just a reaction video to magic trailers of new magic products that came out. But nobody knew what the heck a trailer reaction was, or a trailer breakdown was, and so it wasn't the right way to market that, if you will. So I started calling those reactions to XYZ, right? We just did one earlier today around noonish, depending on where you are in the country, where I did the Mark Oberon's Lucid Coin thing. So yeah, I think there's so much stuff on the market that comes out every day, and professional magicians know what to get and what to stay away from our experience. We can go, that's crap, or that's good, or I gotta have that. That's perfect for my show. And you get this filter over time from buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of magic over the years and using it to feed yourself. So you can kind of filter that stuff out and can think about things that maybe you're not thinking about whenever you're all excited with the trailer. And that was the idea, was just to be able to help people kind of be like, yeah, it looks cool, but is it really cool? Here's the things that they don't show you in the video. Here's the things that I wonder about, So that was just that kind of playing around with different types of content. So yeah, it's the video games are another part of that. I don't know if it seems like people like it, or most people like it. Some people don't, but yeah. Got a nice comment on my Dribble Pass. Thank you. It says I wanted to be a teacher and then became a magician and now teaching magic. Oh yeah, me. Yeah, that I don't know if that's you, but that certainly is me. Um, is that says it's cool to have the gaming stuff. It's just because we love Magic doesn't mean we don't have non-Magic interests. Also, Among Us is sort of related. Since the game is dependent on deception and bluffing, and that's what I thought. Thank you. Is that that's exactly why I went with that first. Is like that's a perfect Magic game. Like magicians should be really good at playing that, you know. So, absolutely loving the dribble pass. Thank you. I wanted to make you an on-air sign that can be controlled either manually or by phone. Something that lights up. That sounds awesome. If I would not be mad about that. I would proudly display that. Yeah, the dribble pass is awesome. You got a vid on that? No, I don't. I mean, I don't like teaching. I'm into computers. I'm into computer. Well, I'm into Apple computers, so I'm into I guess everybody from the Windows based machines think that I overpay for garbage, but yeah, I like Apple products. I'm a big fan of them. So yeah, Apple products are great. I have quite a few. Talking to you on one. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the card spring, and then if we have time, we'll do everything. Man, I played around with Linux. It was I can't remember which flavor of Linux it was, but I think it was. Oh, I can't even remember anymore. Ubuntu, I think it was. It was Linux for. I played around with it on my first laptop that I had in college back in 2007. Yep. Okay, so you want to learn the card spring, is that right? Everybody got... Okay, are we ready? We'll go into it a little bit. Kali, like the Hindu god of death. My $79 Android can do the same crap a $1,000 iPhone can do. No arguing there. It's all about where you put your value and what you care about. So some people have absolutely don't care about any of the Apple bullcrap and save themselves a ton of money in the process. So I think Riley was asking me about the card spring. Riley, you still on the stream here, brother? We'll go ahead and do that. Oh, gravity. Okay, still here. Okay, so here we'll go into the card spring. Now, before I go into a long crazy rant about it, is there anything specific that you want to know about it? I mean, is this you just never done it before? Or you having a hang up somewhere? Can't find a good tutorial on it anywhere? I'm trying to make sure that I'm going down the right path for sharing this with you. Wyatt was asking about it. Oh, Wyatt. I'm sorry, Wyatt. I'm sorry, Wyatt, and I'm sorry, Riley. Okay. So there's a couple of different thoughts on. I'll just go from the top unless you guys tell me to shut up and that you had a different question about it. I haven't tried it, but it looks cool. It is. When you first try it, don't use a deck you like a lot, okay? Because you're gonna mess up your cards. So I would go with a little bit of an older deck or scrap deck or something, so that way you don't cry. If you got a pack of Smoke and Mirrors V2s or something, don't use those to start, okay? But here's the thing. There's two different ways, two different schools of thought on how to spring cards, and I've showed you both of them. There's this one which is done from the corners, the pip angle, or the angles with the pips on them, and it's done at the corners. And it's kind of this soft thing, like that, and this tends to be gentler on the cards, and it has kind of a soft riffle sound to it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Kind of sounds like that. Kind of sounds like loose diarrhea, if you ask me. I'm not a fan of it. It's a way to do it. A lot of people do it. If you want to do that, I'll show you the way that I like to spring cards, which is like that, and then I will and then it's very easy from here to then move it from here. Sorry, Michael. Love you guys. Love you guys. No wrong way. Just not my cup of tea. Again, it does take, I think, a bit more hand strength to do it. Flat in a kind of a biddle grip kind of angle. But it's the way that I learned to do it. I like the sound. It's a little bit more sharp, a little bit louder, and that actually does a lot whenever you're trying to get somebody's attention, or if you're trying to like what I call peacock, which is you want to let people know that you're there doing magic, but you might be too shy to introduce yourself. So the side from the corners is the same way that you would do it from this angle. So I'll show you this. So you're holding it in biddle grip. Okay, I hold it not very deep in the palm. Right, it's just basically at the fingertips, and then you can do it with just hand strength, but sometimes I like to give myself a little bit of a start by pushing in a little bit. You can just do that from whenever you pick it up to right here, the bar of your index finger kind of helping bow that up. And then you're going to have all these cards with a lot of tension on them. And if you just let go, they're going to go everywhere. So how do you get them directed? Well, you want to think about your thumb doesn't move at all. Everything that's happening is kind of this. Okay? So watch my thumb. See, my thumb doesn't really move that much. It's mostly my fingers squeezing, and then the cards are all directed to fall off the fingers. See how they just kind of do that? So, and you can see what this does to your deck of cards. You got a nice big bend in there. So here, you squeeze, and then you're going to try to direct all the cards down and in front of you. They don't fall straight down. They shoot forward. So whenever you do it, you don't want your hand here. You want your hand here. Now, I'm not looking, but if I was looking at my hand, see how they shoot forward and down, not straight down. If you want straight down, you're probably wanting like a dribble or something. Oh, gravity is a downer. That stupid gravity was bringing you down. But that's the basic idea there. It does take a bit of hand strength to get that, but it's helpful to have hand strength anyway, because it gives you all kinds of advantages later if you become a mentalist and need to bend spoons with your mind, of course. Yeah. So it looks like we're talking a lot about flourishes. I hope that helped. It's kind of a loose tutorial there, but I hope that gave you something there. We had some other questions too. The dribble pass. Well, I think I'm going to do a full tutorial on the dribble pass. I think I did a tutorial on the dribble pass a while back, like at the beginning of my return to YouTube. So that might still be out there. That one-handed cut with the card flip is nice. This is the Hot Shot card cut from it's Daryl's. That's Daryl's. I like to do it with a two-hand cut and a catch. It's my little, signature on it. I am not a cardist. I'm not, I don't have extreme skill. I have enough to look dangerous, but not really to be dangerous. Yeah, so I hope I answered all the questions that you guys had. If you have any more, please send them by. I would love to answer them if I can. And come up with that was a nice. Okay, just going back through my comments here as we're talking, so I can see what. If I have a dribble pass, I don't know. I don't know if I have the dribble pass tutorial anymore. It was out a while. I put it out like it would have been last year. We can go over it briefly if you want, though, Lane. Basically, what's happening in a dribble pass is the same thing that's happening in a normal pass, but you're just covering the motion with the dribbling action. And it's better and even more deceptive if this is what you already do. See, like if you never did a dribble anywhere else in your show but do one at that moment, it's kind of a tell, right? So I try to pick techniques and methods that fit how you already fiddle or handle a deck of cards. or start a habit of doing whatever that is, because it's much more deceptive if you do it all the time, so that one time that you need to do it to get to affect that slight or whatever, it doesn't look any more guilty than any other time you've done it. Right? And I like it from the standpoint that you can say, hey, say stop whenever you want. Okay, right here, take a look at that card. You got it. Remember it. Wonderful. We're gonna just leave it back in the deck. I'll find it. It's not on the top, right? And it's not on the bottom. But if we just give it a little rubby rub, we can make it appear. And then this is now you're into an ambitious card effect where you just and then it's back on top. Or you could do that, or whatever you want. So, or gravity. Woo. Greg Wilson taught me this thing. We kind of go, there it is. Yeah, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. You can also do it this way, which is pretty dang cool. You can go, boop. Some neat little color changes and stuff. Anyway, yeah. Any questions I can answer for you? I want to make sure I'm not wasting your guys' time. I like that Spring used more of the corner version, but more distracted in a good way with your one-handed cut and hot shot. Thank you. I'll do this. Back 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, somewhere around there, there was a website called United Cardists, and it was like a message forum. And this was right around the same time that Handlords was doing all of their stuff and came out with their Cobra Cut and doing the stuff on the fans with the spinny and the underwater stuff. And Handlords was where it was at. What was it? Devo von Strattenreich or Stratton something rather. Very popular. Kind of kicked off a lot of what we know as XCM. I think most people would consider him like maybe the grandfather of card manipulation or of cardistry. It was called XCM back in the day, extreme card manipulation. But he would. I'll get so many. Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate you. Anyway, this United Cardist place, they had all these people would go on there, and there's this one guy named Bone Ho. I think he's actually part of the Verts, or was, but he used to share all of his little card cut creations, and I would go on there to learn a lot of his different, fabulous cuts, and so a lot of those have stayed with me. Here's the fancy cuts that really stand out in my mind. There's and I don't know if I have the right to teach these or not. This is Jay Sankey's favorite cut. I don't even know what he calls it, but it's kind of like a five faces. It starts like a five faces of Sybil, but then instead of continuing it, he does this kind of thing. You'll see Jay Sankey do that in a lot of his card magic videos. Boneho would do these kind of guys right here. These were his. Oh, what was it? Those were like the two big ones that he would do. Were these little? Those were his. Little hot shot cut. I always liked doing this, which was a hot shot and a Charlier from the other hand, because I thought, how cool is that? Let's say you pick a card. I don't know, the Jack of Diamonds, but I don't know that, right? You don't know that the whole thing. You go, look, you give this a little mix here, and I could just go through the cards and try to figure out which card was, but I think I'm feeling it. I think it's right about here, about 32 cards down, right there, the Jack of Diamonds, right there in the middle. I mean, if you want to show off, if you're playing a card shark kind of character, or you're, I've done a lot of casino nights as a magician. That's a very popular pairing. Casino nights and magicians are a very popular combination. Then doing that kind of stuff near a card table or something, people would it'd be a little bit more fun. Oh, the card shark guy, or so there's always adding to that. So it looks like Wyatt's going to bed. Hey Wyatt, thanks for joining the stream. I'm glad you're here. I had a great time hanging out with you, and I hope to see you again real soon. If not already, yeah, hit that sub or hit that like button, the sub button, because I'm trying to fight the dang YouTube algorithm like a mother. Thank you, Ed. So I found out something really surprising studying, being a student of YouTube and how all this works and how the algorithm works and all this. Apparently, tags don't matter at all. I had this big thing about like, oh, I need to add the correct tags to my YouTube channel, and I need to, make sure that it's discoverable, and I'm ranking for this keyword, and it shows up in my. That's not how it works. Keywords are important, but there's a difference between tags and keywords as tags. So, if I'm looking for a specific keyword, and tell me if I'm boring anybody, but if I'm trying to go after a specific keyword, something that is a topic that I know people are looking for, that I know I can rank for with the size of my channel, then I will try to go after that keyword and use that in the tag, title, and description. But the title and the description are the most important as far as where you put the verbiage or the wording and where you put it in that. And also your title and your thumbnail are really the most important thing, because you got to get people. It's like in marketing, whenever you have the you might have the marketing letter on the inside, but the envelope is the the welcome mat or the door. So you got to have people open the door before they they read the letter. So it's the first thing they see. They've got to be interested enough to open it up. You got to do the internet version of lumpy mail to get people to want to see what's inside. So yeah, I've been working really hard on that, and but tags don't matter at all. But what does matter is engagement, like watch time, how long some people watch, for how much of a percentage of the video people watch in general, and how much they comment and how much they like the video. And those are the things that really push it, right? Because it's going to show it. It's going to show it to all of my Bell subscribers first, and then I'll show my other subscribers, and then it'll start putting it on people's home pages. Then I'll start putting it in suggested, and it only keeps going up and leveling up and reaching a larger audience if likes are high and comments and engagement are high, right? And click-through rate, and it has to be that combination of all those things that get, help it staircase. So. Riley says, I have a decent one-handed cut, but I'm totally useless with most basic card handling. For instance, I can't even seem to get a competent fan. Okay, well, let's workshop that. Let's workshop that a little bit. So, well, first of all, none of these things are necessary. Let me start off with that. This is all cool stuff, and it sure does add a little bit of flair and pizzazz and panache to your show, and it is pleasant, and people do like to see flourishes and that kind of stuff, but they're not. It's like Charles Barkley's goal swing. it's like Shaq's free throws. He can do them, but not really well. He's been in positions where he's had to do them, but he doesn't do very well. Yeah, so they're not necessary. Are they cool? Yeah, great. If you want to learn them, great. But don't sweat it if you can't do them. Cole Diamond, the Magic Rogue, is here. What's up, Cole Diamond? For anybody that's joining the stream now and wasn't here at the beginning, we're doing the stream tonight because I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow night. Even though I said in my video I was going to be doing the stream tomorrow night, and I was going to be doing the contest with all the, magic clips and all that kind of stuff and my reactions to them. It's not going to be able to happen, which sucks. But that's the way of it. And then I'm also not going to have a Thursday video next week. Minnie is here! What's up, Minnie? You guys, I was talking about my wonderful patrons who help me keep the lights on and keep moving this channel forward. Minnie is one of those patrons, so thank you, Minnie. And it's wonderful to see your text. It's lovely to see your face or hear your voice, but it's neither of those things. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here so much. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to do tomorrow's live stream, and I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not going to have a video for next Thursday, but I will be back to a normal schedule after next week. So sorry about all of that, and it's just unavoidable. You know, I haven't missed. I didn't even miss a video during my daughter's birth, but I'm gonna have to miss one for this. Just did not have enough time to plan this in advance. I didn't. Time got away from me. So, apologies, deep apologies, but I will be back to normal after next week. Okay. So, Riley, if you want to go into the fan a little bit, I can show you a couple of different types of fans. I actually have a video about this on my channel, about a couple of different fans. I teach the one-handed fan. Well, I actually don't. I'm sorry, that's a one-handed reverse fan. I don't actually think I teach the one-handed reverse fan. I show a one-handed fan. I show a thumb fan, and I show a pressure fan. And the video is called "How to Fan Cards Like a Magician." And if you just look up the Magic Minute, "How to Fan Cards Like a Magician" in YouTube search, I guarantee you'll be able to find it. And if you want to watch that in depth and kind of go, you know, I have multiple angles where I show the whole thing, you know, from my side and from underneath and what this hand's doing and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually a really, I think, gorgeously put together video. So I would encourage you to go watch that. But just briefly, we can go into the different types. Really, what you have to bear in mind is that it's really just about how much pressure you're putting on the card. Well, I'll say two things. Look, see, mine are clumping, and that happens after a while. After you have an old deck of cards, so you can see these kind of clumps here. It gets chunky. A newer deck is gonna do better, but they might be a little bit too slippery for a beginner, but that's okay. It's better to have them start off too slippery than have them wear a deck of cards that will never fan. Which, you know, if you have too old of a deck, you can get to where it's almost impossible to actually fan them unless you're using a pressure fan and have some experience using a pressure fan. But I can tell you briefly about the different types, you know, or major types, and those are the one-handed fan, which is by far the easiest one to learn. That was the one I would definitely recommend you start with, because that's still a very pretty display. You can do it with two hands, and then you get this very grand kind of, pretty display that people just love. It's a great way to offer a card to be picked, but not really, because it pulls the cards out of your fan, and they all start to fall on the floor. But it's very nice. It's a very nice one, and it's the easiest of all of them to learn. The next I would say is probably the thumb fan. The thumb fan really just it's a play of friction and how much is really like that card spring we were talking about earlier, but instead of springing the cards out of your hand into the other hand, you're springing them in an arc, and your left hand maintains control of them and holds them like that. But the great thing about a pressure fan is that you get a little bit of a different shape than you do with a thumb fan. You get a little bit of a larger, wider, more broad fan than you do with a thumb fan, because you have a smaller circle here that's created because of a tighter radius. But the other thing is that it also tends to make decks that don't really fan very well fan beautifully. You got a sticky deck of cards, you got an old or a low quality deck of cards that normally you can't fan, or heck, you can do a pressure fan with business cards and get this very pretty thing, because it's not having to worry about the friction against every other card and the glide against them, but more about the air in between. So they're being more like deposited uniformly than they are sliding across each other. So that's why you can get a beautiful fan with a pressure fan with just about any deck of cards. But definitely check out that video. I think there's a lot in there. I tried to make it the best video on YouTube for teaching those fans. And then the one I don't think I included on there was the one-handed reverse fan, which is pretty cool. It's got some uses. I like it a bit. I use it quite often. It's cool for things like if you're doing like you have a full. I would never do. I don't know if I would ever. I guess you could do with a full deck of cards. But if you're doing like a blank deck routine or whatever, and you needed to reverse fan the cards for secret reasons or whatever, it's also just kind of cool to be a bam. To get what looks like a thumb fan in with one hand. Anyway, I hope that helps. And if you guys have any questions about that or whatever, please leave me a comment. What's up, Home Skillet? So, we've been going for 60 minutes. I am coming to probably about the end of what I can spend on this stream here. But if you didn't already, I would really appreciate a like on the video. Please leave a comment. All that stuff really helps. And I'm sorry about missing. That's the bad news, is I'm missing out on tomorrow's live stream and Thursday's video. So, you are the king of helping me out. It is a super moderator, and I really appreciate you, bud. Thank you so much. I think I'm going to be starting a Discord pretty soon, so if you guys haven't followed me on Facebook or follow me on the community page, please do so, because that's where I kind of announce anything that's not in a video. And there's quite a bit that goes on. I have an Instagram. I have, which I kind of like do teasers, and I do all the other little behind the scenes stuff. Patreon is the king for all the kinds of extra content that you can't get on this channel or anywhere else, including advanced tutorials and behind the scenes and all that kind of extra technical goodness. Thank you, Ed. I don't know how you're keeping up with me, brother, but I appreciate you. Anyway, check out all the different places that I am on social media, because there's a lot of them. It's been wonderful enumerating all of them. And I make announcements, and I do things, and I might do a surprise thing on one platform or something that you might need to know about here or there, like the submitting of video clips or whatever. I've been doing contests on Fridays during the streams where people make me laugh or impress me with a magic clip that I haven't seen or something, or then I'll give away a free deck of cards, that kind of stuff. So if you want the ability to win free swag, you need to follow me on all the social media platforms and know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So with my shameless self-plug, out of the way, is that have a nice day at work. Malaysia, wow, that's so cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming to join the stream. I'm glad you were here. Thank you. Have a safe and productive day. Yes, follow me everywhere, do all the things, and don't miss out. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna sign off tonight and try to catch some Z's. I've been up since about I was up before the sun this morning, so tired and I need some rest. I'll see you guys. Lovely to see you all. Eat your vegetables. Go to bed on time. Don't pass gas in the car with the windows rolled up. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.